guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Katrina and today I'm going to do my February wrap-up and recent reads kind of together. I read a lot of books in February, so I'm just going to quickly go through the books I already did a recent reads for. I'll give my Goodreads rating. If you want to know how I felt about the books or what the books are about, you can go to my previous recent reads. I'll link them below. I'll quickly go through those and then I'll get right into my recent reads, the past 5 books I read. I read Hollow City by Ransom Riggs, and I gave that 4 stars. Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell, 4 stars. The Giver by Lewis Lowry, also 4 stars. Mockingbird by Catherine S. Green, 4 stars. I listened to the audiobook All the Birds in the Sky, and I also gave that 4 stars. Passenger by Alexandra Bracken, 5 stars. Cruel Crown by Victoria Aveyard, 4 stars. City of Bones by Cassandra Clare, 5 stars. Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard, 5 stars. Reign of Shadows by Sophie Jordan, 4 stars. Truth Witch by Susan Dennard, 5 stars. Riders by Victoria Rossi, 4 stars. The Court of Thorn and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, 5 stars. So, as you can see, it's all pretty much 4 and 5 stars. If you watch my recent reads, I'll kind of go more in depth of if it's really actually a 3.5 or 4.5 or closer to a lower or higher rating than I actually gave it on Goodreads. So yeah, definitely check those out if you're interested in any of those books. This month I read a total of 17 books, which include the 4 of the 5 that I'm about to go over now. 2016, this would be my 26th book, I believe, Illuminate by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Definitely gave this a 5-star rating, mostly because I just was really intrigued and interested in the format of the book. I've never read anything like it. Illuminate is kind of a sci-fi telling of a girl and a guy, but it's pretty different. Usually the girl and the guy meet in the book and then they fall for each other. In this case, they just broke up. Not much of a spoiler. It's kind of written in the first couple pages, I believe. It's a sci-fi novel. It has a lot of action, and it was actually really funny. I found myself literally laughing out loud during a lot of parts of this book. I don't know if it was in a regular narrative, if I'd be as interested in it. That being said, it wasn't, and it was written through interviews, and it was written through like analysis of video on the spaceships and through the artificial intelligence, and I think just making it a different reading experience is what made me really enjoy it, so 5 stars would recommend. The next 2 books I'll be talking about together, since they're in a series together, it's A Darker Shade of Magic and A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab, who I did get the pleasure of meeting. I really enjoyed these books. I gave them both 4 stars on Goodreads, but they do lean more towards 5 stars, probably around 4.5. I'll talk more about A Darker Shade of Magic since I don't want to spoil A Gathering of Shadows, which I did actually enjoy more. The book is a fantasy book. The book focuses on 2 main characters, Kel and Lila. In the novel, there's 4 different Londons. They're kind of like parallel universes, but the only thing they really have in common is that they're called London. Of course, there's like some similarities and stuff, but in each world it's completely different. The main character, Kel, who's a special kind of magician that can travel between the different worlds, he classifies them by color. So he is from what is Red London, where there's magic that's thriving, but there's also Grey London, which is more kind of like, I believe, would be our world in what year did they say it was? 1818, I think? Something like that. But Grey London, where there's no magic. White London, where the people are kind of at war with magic and it's kind of a dying world. Black London, which is a world where magic completely took over and is dead. So it's really interesting going through different worlds. It's a lot of fun. I didn't rate it 5 stars because I felt like I didn't like completely obsessed and be in love with it, like, oh my god, I freaking love this book. I do really enjoy them and I think they're really entertaining. The first book focused more on the plot. I couldn't really dive into the world as much, and the characters. Gathering of Shadows, which is the second book, I did like better because I got to fall in love with all the characters more. There was a lot more development, and we got to see a lot more of the Red World, as opposed to just kind of switching back and forth a bunch of times in the first book. Definitely recommend these books. I believe they're classified as adult books. It's an adult book and not a young adult book, but if you're just interested in fantasy, magic, and things like that, you could definitely get into these books even if you're not into adult fiction. Okay, so the last book that I read in February was Stars Above by Marissa Meyer, and this is a collection of like novellas, short stories that are from the Lunar Chronicles. From the Lunar Chronicles, if you haven't read the Lunar Chronicles, I highly recommend, because the whole series, through Cinder through Winter, a 5-star fairy tale retellings, and it's sci-fi, and it's a lot of fun. I gave this 4 stars. I think I'm just not really into short stories slash novellas because it just feels like they're really short, so I don't really get to dive into them. They're fun. If you liked the series, this is kind of just a fun read to pick up. I flew through it in like maybe a day or two. The first few stories were a little slow for me, just and you heard about the stories through the novels, and it just felt like kind of redundant. I don't know. But the last short story is taking place after winter, so I really enjoyed that one. I thought that one was a lot of fun and really cute. I found myself smiling while reading it, and yeah, 4 out of 5 stars. Would recommend if you're into the Lunar Chronicles already. Next book I read is technically going to be part of March. This book actually took me a while to read, and I really, really, really loved it. It's The Diviners by Leva Bray. This book was freaking awesome. Okay, so I picked this up not knowing much about it at a Books A Million for like $4. I just picked it up because I know I heard it on BookTube, but not that much. I just know I recognized it, so I picked it up. And I freaking loved it. It's a lot of things. There's magic, it's historical fiction, it was set in the 1920s, which I'm in love with. I had so much fun visualizing throughout this entire book, and I don't know, I just love the 1920s, so that was really exciting. The language, I found myself laughing, because I was just like, why can't we talk like how they talk? I want to bring back 1920 slang, if that could be a thing. This was really fun. It was really creepy. I don't really read horror books, but there's a lot of horror aspects. There's a lot of supernatural things that happen in here. There's like serial killings, which is, oh, gotta love a good serial killing. If you're into all those kinds of things, young adult, there's some romance, there's supernatural, there's murder, there's horror. It was really creepy at a lot of points. Then yes, would recommend The Diviners. It was a lot of fun. 5 stars. As you can see, February was a very successful month. I definitely took advantage of it being a leap year and there being an extra day, because I read, like I said, I read 17 books, which is huge considering it's a short month. Thanks for watching my February wrap-up and recent reads. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!